I think it's about time that we said hello, everybody, and welcome to Games Night here at the Kraken with your lovable innkeepers, David and
me, Thomas. Nice to meet you all. Glad that you're here watching with us. What are we doing tonight,
yes.
David?
And now that you've seen our lovely visages, you can probably figure out why we do podcasts and not video streaming.
Yes.
Right. So we are here today to play a game, and you might be thinking, but David, there's only two of you. How are you going to play a TTRPG with only two of you? Well, I've got some news for you because we are playing Pitcrawler, a two-player fantasy RPG. So Pitcrawler is by McGuffin Company, written and designed by Jonathan Sim and Sasha Sienna, and illustrated by Michael Shepherd. It is a very cool game. It is based on the fighting fantasy novels popularized in the 80s and early 90s. And yeah, in fact, if we have a look, if I've got my lovely assistant who can potentially show you some of the stuff that's going on in the book, while I try and figure out how to both look at Tom and the camera at the same time. Which I'm new to this stuff. I can't do. I'm struggling. I don't know where to look.
No, you're good.
Yeah. So if you can, so I can show you potentially because I have my copy of. Oh no, not next to the light, David. My copy of Death Trap Dungeon to hand. And I can show you.
This is Steve Jackson Fighting Fantasy.
Yes. No, this is Ian Livingston.
Oh, nice. Co-founder of Games.
So this is one of the classics. I have the whole set upstairs that I gave to my son. But if we can have a look at some of the kind of images like these ones, I would like to take the opportunity to gush very much about Michael Shepherd and what they have achieved with some of the artwork in the book, because it's very, it brought back a lot of memories. And I started reading through as I started reading through the book, I had to go and break these bad boys out, and I've got I got Death Trap Dungeon, and then yeah, I think I gave the rest to my children, who I insisted that they read through them. But we don't want to read through them, Daddy. No, you shall read the fantasy books. Their mother is getting them dangerously close to not being introverted geeks. So you know,
we will have to intervene.
They must learn. Right.
So I've got one of the pictures up from page 7 of Pitcrawler, which is the picture of the mimic sort of coming out of this chest, which very much has that similar vibe, right? So they've gone at Pitcrawler, McGuffin Co. They've really gone for that old 80s, 90s, some 70s actually aesthetic in terms of those choose your own adventure books where it was literally, I mean, I played them in the 90s or read them in the 90s. It was literally just read, pick a number, go to the next page, and the sort of world and the sort of inspiration came very much from little doodles and drawings throughout those books that would sort of like connect you more than just the words could with what the artists and the authors were thinking and how they were trying to portray the world. And then very quickly I would die and have to start all over again, but or sort of go back.
Oh yeah, well, death is definitely a part of it. In fact, it is probably the biggest part of it. Is that you learn very.
I don't know that I completed any of those books. I genuinely used to collect them from charity shops as a kid.
I think it's the only book that you can fail to read. I think is the general takeaway. But no, so yes, I did want to take the opportunity to really gush over how nostalgic I got looking at Michael Shepard's artwork in this book, and then also the introduction, very much taking homage from that. But yes, but you'll get an opportunity potentially to see for yourself when you invest in your own copy. So, but yes, so it's very cool. We're also learning today, as we're starting out on the wonderful world of the actual plays, how much Tom has to edit my tangents and bumbling on the podcast.
Well, when you watch the video, on the podcast, I was going to say, when you watch the video, you'll be surprised to know that it will be as little as possible.
Oh yeah, no, we don't. We just have to get my my general tangents, and I mean I go on tangents quite often. Right, so we are going to have a quick look through the book and a quick go through this. So this is our session 0. I will be your GM for this edition. I say one of the good things about having a 2-player TTRPG or a duet role-play game. Is it a duet role-play game? It is, isn't it?
Collaborative, yeah. Player-facing, 2-player. It is very much collaboration, though, yeah.
So one of the good things is that obviously I don't have to subject more than one person to my GMing, which is great.
Unless you're watching this.
Unless you're watching, in which case I can only apologise in advance.
Yeah.
So I think so. We're going to go through a bit of how to use the system and that kind of thing. And I think the best way to do that is really by getting stuck in on building your character.
Oh, okay, cool.
What do you reckon, Tom?
Yeah, you just call out what page of the book you want me to go to, and I'll type it in, because as much as it's good to show you bits of the book, it's not good to flick through the whole book on the internet because they're a small company. So call out the page number and I'll bring it up and we can start building the protagonist. Excuse me, that's Teddy.
Cool.
Teddy
Dragon.
Just leave the guests be. Thank you. So where are we starting?
Okay. We are starting. That is a great question that I should probably be more prepared for. So what's not on the count sheet? We're not starting there. We are starting with... So we're starting with qualities. So we have 5 different types of quality available, and that is on page 36 of the book.
Adventurer creation. Nice. Okay.
Yes. So if we we have fists, feet, fingers, face, and heart, which is the how it is spread out. So these do various different things, but more or less they do what you would expect them to be doing. So your fists is your punching and your ability to brawl and to use melee weapons and things like that. Your feet is your agility, your sneaking, your ability to move silently through danger, to leap over traps, to dodge and weave your way through various different dungeons and bits and bobs like that. Your fingers is your sort of oh gosh.
Fingers is dexterity, so it's like it could be lockpicking.
It is, yeah.
It could be sleight of hand. It could
fine
be
motor skills. That's the word I was thinking.
Fine motor skills. That's it. Yeah.
So your feet are your gross motor skills, and your fingers are your fine motor skills. There we go. Sorry, this is what happens when you spend far too long indulging yourself in your youth. You get to your late 30s, and you can not think of fine motor skills, or in fact, you start losing fine motor skills. Both things can happen. Cool. So yes, your fingers are your ability to use sleight of hand, to shoot weapons, or to use ranged weapons, picking locks or pockets, fixing machinery or breaking things or that kind of stuff. And then there's your face, which is your charm, your elegance, your beauty. Obviously, that's the stat that I took. More than any.
As a duck,
So it's your general kind of ability to work your way through, and then there's your heart, which is sort of your spirit, your willpower, your ability to withstand emotional damage. You can also, which we will discuss later on, use something called putting your heart into it. Where you can use your heart die as on top of your die. I think you can do that once per session.
I think it's once between long rests. So depending on how the session, so once a day basically, depending on how your session is structured. Because theoretically, you're putting all your emotional energy in behind something, and that's exhausting. So then you need to rest, I think, before you can do that again. So how do we figure out what the qualities of this character will have?
Oh yeah. So these are the things that you can do, and now we have to figure out where they come from. So what I would like for you to do for me, Tom, is I would like you to roll a D10.
Okay. We are
Ten-sided die.
Operating on honesty.
Yeah.
Both David and I
trust you.
Enjoy chaotic and dice-driven decisions. So I will be rolling in my own heart. I rolled a 1.
A 1. So that D10 goes in your fists.
Okay.
So you are.
So that's not a bad roll necessarily.
Well, it depends. Well, I mean, the dice are creating the character.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to do the same with a D8.
Okay, so with the D8, I got a 2.
And we're going to halve the result, rounding up, sorry, which will give you another 1. Mm-hmm. But because...
so that would be feet.
So, yes, that's going to go into feet. So we go to the next quality up from there.
So is my feet D8 then?
Yep.
Oh no, I'm going to be a really ugly guy. I'm going to be a really ugly guy. I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3, which is your feet again. So we're going to go neck up.
No, so the way it works with this is, if I roll a 3, we half it, rounding up, which is 2. And because fists and feet have already been taken, so that would mean that fingers are a 1 and a 2, face is a 3 and a 4, and heart is a 5 or a 6. That's why the dice keep changing. So halving it to 1.5 and rolling it up, so that would mean fingers would be a D6. That's how I understand it.
It is indeed. So yes, thank you. I do appreciate that. See, this is what happens when I'm reading and trying to explain at the same time.
You're good.
And
it's collaborative, right? Remember.
Right. So, and then we've got a D4.
So 1 and 2 and a D4 would be face. 3 and 4 and a D4 would be heart. I don't know which of these. Both of these offer opportunities. I got a 2.
So that's your face. So your face is a D4.
Mm-hmm.
And your heart then will become a D12.
Okay, so I'm quite an emotionally unconvincing person, whoever I am.
Yeah. You're emotionally resilient, but you struggle with communication.
I know what I am, I just don't know how to say it.
Yeah. It's basically what they wrote on my school report.
Yes, yeah, well, there you Okay, cool. All right, but some interesting stuff.
Cool. So, I think maybe at this point we'll take an opportunity to talk about when you've got those things in place now. So yeah, just to go back and clarify a little bit more, what happened is that we started by rolling a d10, and then we sort of graduated from a d10 down the ladder to a d4, and then whatever hadn't been taken through the pattern of rolling then becomes a d12. Just to clarify how that shapes up. And then if we talk about how checks are made, now that you know that you've got your
qualities,
now that your stats are in place, your qualities, sorry, yes. Now that your qualities are in place, let's talk about how
we use them.
We manage our checks, which I have completely lost, and I'm forgetting simultaneously while we're recording, which is an absolute pain in the arse.
That'd be silly.
I sat here for about 2 hours,
so
telling myself that I needed to remember everything.
No, you don't, because I've run the game as well. I can chip in on this. So you get. So an average difficulty is, there are basically brackets. So an average difficulty, I believe, is 6. And if you, as we go through the character development, maybe it turns out that I'm a fencing instructor. So if I was trying to show somebody something special about a sword, I could say, well, I have training in this. If we agree that that would help, then it would bring the bracket down. The brackets are in brackets of 3. So 3 would be like an easy, 6 would be a normal, 9 would be something that's slightly challenging, and it sort of goes all the way up to the 18s, 21s, and the 24s, which is why if you have like a couple of things in your character's history that can bring things down, you can bring it down by multiple degrees of difficulty. So I could bring something that's totally impossible down to something that's practically never achieved. In that instance, if I had to roll like an 18 as the difficulty value, I could think, would that be when I would like to put my heart into it? So I can roll by 2 dice and combine those 2 numbers. Or maybe I only have to roll against a 3, in which case I use whatever dice my quality has associated to it, and I roll it, and I just need to get over that number.
So before we delve into your backgrounds and things like that, let's say, for an example, your character is faced with a particularly grumpy bouncer at a nightclub, and I would like you please to roll a face challenge of 9. So it's a complicated situation. Now, obviously, your face being a D4, you might well struggle with, but in this example, let's say you roll a 4.
Yes.
Huzzah! So we also, as all good games should have in Pitcrawler, we have exploding dice, which means that if you roll the top value on any die, you can then roll that die again and add the next roll, and explosions count indefinitely.
Is it the next? Is it the same dice again, or do you go up a?
I believe it's the same die.
Okay, cool.
So I think it's the same value of die.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
Although I can have a look if you want to.
Well, we can double check it, because I'm not sure. I thought I read that it went up by a degree, but like by a value, but.
We've established already, Tom, that I'm woefully unprepared for this.
No, listen. There was plenty of. I forgot that they exploded. So this is the nature of role-playing games, that the rules are only there and only applicable if you remember that they are there and applicable.
Exactly. and I very rarely remember anything. Exploding die. That die may be rolled again and a new result added on. This can occur multiple times in a row. So if you roll this, no. So you roll. So it's 6 on a d6. Will roll. You roll another 6.
Oh,
I know I know there's a couple of games out there where it is the other way around.
Yeah, but interestingly, that means you're just as likely to critically succeed multiple times. Like if you, well, maybe not just as likely, maths people, but you could roll like 3 4s and just have the most incredible moment. That's cool.
Which is brilliant. So I am currently playing Savage Worlds Explorer Edition in my regular group, on my Monday group, which has a similar mechanic. And so it's 1 in 4. It's a very odd situation where you end up sort of exploding more on your worst skills.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's a 1 in 4 chance on a d4 and a 1 in 6 chance on a d6. So the better you get at something, the less likely you are to explode.
Yeah.
But the reason that I always recommend exploding dice on any game is mostly because I really love it, and I think maybe this is even worth having a conversation about later on, and actually have a good conversation about it on the podcast, because I really love it when the dice do something interesting above table.
Yeah, I agree. I think it shifts the energy and it creates nice moments, and really sort of. Anyway, we are veering into podcast land.
Yes, let's not waste juicy podcast material.
You don't even have a name yet, David.
You don't even have a name. You don't even have a background.
How do we do that?
See, this is tangent. This is tangent territory. This is what Tom's normally really good at keeping. But we're not in the same room, so he can't punch me as much.
Well, I have ways. I might not have your wife's phone number, but I know her name, and I'll shout it really loud so she hears me. Get you in trouble.
Right. So, next up, we have backgrounds. Now, one of the other really cool things about Pitcrawler is that it is referred to as a rules light, stuff heavy system, which means that we've got a lot of, although the world that it's sort of set in doesn't have any kind of deliberately fixed history or backstory, it's actually ruled over by some eccentric wizards, and magic is the sort of the element of power, which is why you as a Pitcrawler will never be a wizard, unfortunately. Well, perhaps if you
not for a long time.
It takes many years of study, and so it's a little out of your reach. If you could be a wizard, you wouldn't be a Pitcrawler, is the general slogan. But we do have a random table of lots of things that you can be. So, Tom, I would like you, please, to roll for me a D100.
Okay.
Or a percentile dice will do if you're not cool like me and have easy access to a D100.
Yeah, we're doing percentile. Unfortunately, I'm not cool. I got a 34.
A 34, which means that you are an engineer.
Okay. Can I make a slight suggestion?
Yes.
In the game that I'm GMing, my player is an engineer. May I re-roll that so there's some differentiation?
You absolutely may re-roll that.
Let's keep it random.
Absolutely.
I got a 69. Way.
Nice.
Is that a gigolo? It's a midwife. I'm a midwife. Okay. Cool. Okay. We're a midwife.
So you are a midwife, Which probably means that this is explaining why you're pretty good with heart. This is why you've got a lot of sort of spiritual and emotional energy. And also perhaps why your face isn't...
Let's not go
isn't great.
Save it for the actual play, David. Don't get cancelled yet. Let's have an episode before we get cancelled. Okay. All right, I'm a midwife.
Midwife.
That's what you get for re-rolling dice.
Well, the dice tell a story, and we don't want to tell the same story that is already already happening. So let's have a look. So below the table, somewhere down here, we have a list of the expertise. So your expertise and your things that come with... Let's see. Have I gone past it?
Expertise.
You weren't muting your mic.
I wasn't OBS. So that was just.
It's all right.
That was just between you and me.
I think if you start sort of making dog commands on on camera, I think we might end up on a different part of the internet.
So I've got it as an appendix. Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Okay. So I need to get a midwife on this list that I have clicked through this hyperlink. So let's go to midwife. It's a tough thing to give birth in a world like this. You help make it easier, tending to pregnant people and their babies. So I must have medicine. And then do I choose one or two more?
I think you choose two more, and then you get two random ones not on your thing as well.
Yeah. So medicine, I've got alchemy, charm, domesticated animals, willpower. I can then specialize slightly further. So being that I have a face of D4, I'm going to take charm because I think I would probably
try to reduce. So it's worth while you're picking your things, we should say expertise in a particular field. So if you have a useful skill, that's one of those things that can reduce your difficulty. So if you've got a +9 complicated sort of charisma check or charm check or face check, and you can reduce that to a tricky 6 if you're skilled in the expertise of charm and things like that.
Okay, cool. So I've chosen choose 2 expertise from the relevant list, noting in my character sheet, which I've done. The background will also include two items. Background will also include 2 items in italics, which are immediately added to inventory, using the first 2 items also in the character sheet. So they were midwife, healing poultice, and encounter herbs. So I have taken medicine, which is what I have to take.
Yeah.
I've taken charm and I've taken alchemy.
Awesome.
Because I'm imagining that I'm trying to calm people down, and I'm imagining that I might sort of aid childbirth by using whatever flock and fauna there is around me to create some mild hallucinogenics or something that will make
some nice poultices or a willow bark tea.
Sure, definitely.
All sorts of gubbins and goodness. Right. So, on top of your it's worth noting as well, those useful items that you've picked out are so you can add a useful skill and a useful item to your checks. Obviously, some useful items are single use. So if you have a finite amount of if you have a bottle of water,
Yeah.
that bottle of water will be a finite using item. But you can also accrue more. You've got some item slots that you can accrue more throughout your adventure.
So already, when I'm talking about childbirth and maybe creating some hallucinogens or some sort of anesthetics, using my herbs and stuff, already just by talking that out, we are sort of working our way through the framework of how that would work in a role, because we're putting my expertise and my items together. That's cool.
Yeah, and it's really important to know that as two blokes pushing 40, our expertise on childbirth are obviously going to be infallible.
Well, I've more expertise in items to roll yet, so there might yet be a light in the end of this tunnel.
So you get some. You do get random expertise. Oh no! So here we are. Sorry, I do apologise. There was 2 expertise given you from your background, and then the third. This is where I got confused. Your third comes from the random expertise table. So if we go to the random expertise table.
Yes. Okay. Random expertise, yeah. Oh, another D100.
Yes, please.
Okay, let's give it a go. Got a 49.
49. So that is masonry.
Right.
Shall we re-roll that one again? Your dice really want you to be the same character as yours.
Yeah, so they do. I got an 82. Oh wow.
82.
Okay.
Tailoring.
Yeah.
I mean, stitching is definitely a thing that's sort of a crossover skill.
But also, you can't just deliver babies, David. Sometimes you need some downtime, and I like a cross stitch in my downtime. So don't judge me.
Yeah. There is no judgment here. Good. No judgment whatsoever. Although, obviously the stitching is going to add to the medicine. Although you can only add one skill at a time. But
God, yeah, it has to be a skill and then maybe an item, does it?
So it can be a skill, an item, and a companion, who we'll talk about in a second.
So I have a random item as well, right?
You get 2 random items additional to everything else. So you get to roll twice on your random items table. So if you roll me another D100.
Okay, I've got a 43.
43 gives you a healing poultice.
We going again?
Well, you can have a healing poultice. Have you already got a healing poultice?
Yeah, that's one of the things that
I do apologise.
54 then, in that case.
54. That is a long pole.
Nice. That's the better.
Well, I mean, a long pole is always useful.
The second one is 78.
78. A sack.
Okay. So I've essentially got a sack. I'm a travelling midwife.
You've got a bindle.
Yeah. Okay.
So on top of everything, you've got a bindle.
Yeah.
You're a roving. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You're a roving midwife.
Bit like dentists in the bygone eras who travel around selling snake oil or something, like in Django.
Right.
Okay.
So.
So then we move on to choice.
Now, are we experienced players, do you think?
Yeah, I'd say. Not with the system, but generally, why?
So we have an option for you to choose a companion next.
Oh.
So we can roll from table 6, or it gives us the option of Appendix C, where we get a few other options. So, although we don't have a table to roll on that one.
Well, I suggest 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. So there's 23 on there.
Hang on.
Yes.
Just bear with me a second.
Oh, he's got a D23.
No, I have a D24.
Well,
which is close enough.
That is close enough. Well,
can I roll for you?
Of course you can. You're the one with the obscure dice.
You trust me? Well, I didn't say I
trusted you. I said you could roll for me. Those things are very different, David.
Oh, it's worth noting as well. There's also the option here to take instead of taking a companion who's going to join you on your adventure. Mm-hmm. You can also take the lone wolf option, mm-hmm. which instead of a companion gives you the option to take a raise in one of your dice. One of your dice goes, one of your quality dice. So one of your quality dice will go from whatever it is to the next die up.
Okay, well let's call that.
So
option.
we could
call that number 24 then.
Well, that's what I was thinking because look. I'm never going to get to roll a D24 ever again. Yeah. I spent good hard-earned money on this dice.
Okay.
And I spent good. I mean, I got it as a present for my birthday. So there is no other chance that I'm going to get to roll a D24. So I'm going to roll this D24 for you.
Have your moment.
13.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. A musician to drown out the screams of my patients.
Fantastic. You have a wandering minstrel. Oh, wow, a musician. Let's not create people too soon.
So with their voice or their instrument, they inspire and they encourage. Their combat strength is complicated, which is 9, which is like how hard they are to hit. They have 3 hit points. They can assist with tests of performance or storytelling. Once per scenario, you may replace any quality with a D12 for a test. Ooh, that's a good one.
Nice.
That's very good. Considering if
awesome
you look at the others, so for example, merchant at the end of the scenario, double the value of the treasure you gain. A priest once per session succeed in a complicated or easy.
Very presumptuous that we're going to have more than one scenario.
Yeah. Oh yes. Well, interestingly, it is once per scenario, not once per session.
Ah.
So it would be once per adventure, I guess. Okay, cool.
Which is a good thing to have in the back pocket, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
All things considered. Right. Let's see. This is why I want my better setup for later, because at the moment I'm having to go up and down all the live long day.
42.
Right. Yes. So there we go. You have a musician, which. So yes, we didn't roll on the sort of starting companion table. Mm-hmm. Rolled on the. Yeah. So there we go. We've got a musician because anyone can roll on the provided table.
Yeah,
we're mavericks.
We're experienced.
So next we have a starting weapon.
Ooh. Okay. Is this that other one? Am I choosing this by myself or randomly 2-4?
I believe.
Have you got a D13?
I'm pretty sure I might have.
How long will it take you to find it? Is the question.
Well, to be fair, literally until 20 minutes ago, I forgot that I had these. I've got D16. No D13.
Okay. Well, then let's do a. Do you want to roll a D12? And we will just ignore the throwing knives.
Well, you roll a D12.
Well, I can roll a D12 if you want.
I know you're the one that actually knows how to play this, but I'm the GM. I'm the GM, Tom. Not me.
Just trying to share the dice
You're the
rolls.
player, Tom.
1 second, sorry. Sorry, Teddy was trying to argue with the dark of night itself. Right, so D12 has been rolled,
Right.
and I have.
You do know you're not muting yourself when you're doing that, though.
No, I'm not on the Discord, but I am on OBS.
Oh right, okay. So it's just me that gets to.
Yeah, it's just you.
It's just me that gets to feel cold.
Please,
Right,
Teddy,
okay.
please don't bark, please. Okay, I rolled a 5, which counting down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gives me a crossbow.
Okay. So you're a midwife with a crossbow. Now there are different types of weapon that do different types of stuff. Which
So I'm bowed.
somewhere.
And I'm ranged.
Yes. So you've got a bowed range weapon. I believe. Here we go. So the weapon chart says that your different types of weapon do different types of things. So you have balanced weapons, which require fists. You have precise weapons, which require you to use your feet. Bowed weapons require fingers. Heavy is fists. Bone is feet. And gunpowder is fingers. So your bowed crossbow is a fingers roll, and you are ranged.
Okay.
So all your weapons will do 1 damage on a successful attack. And you'll get an additional D4 on a critical success.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So maybe I might want to have my musician inspire me if I go into combat, as I have a D6. Or maybe not. Maybe I want to avoid combat. I guess we'll see.
Well, yes. So, sorry. Let's just have a quick look at what constitutes a critical success, just to let people know. So basically, if you roll double the difficulty, so if you have a tricky D6 plus and you roll a 12, that is a critical success.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah. So if you roll double the damage, double the difficulty, that's a critical success. I swear I read this book before I came on stream, and then I've just immediately forgotten everything.
Yeah, that's fine.
And these are things that we get to work on as we're learning and growing.
Okay.
Cool.
Does that
So,
with finishing touches?
finishing touches, which are...
It says you begin at level 1 with a maximum of
Yep.
7 hit points.
Yep.
And 1d20 copper pennies.
So roll me a d20.
Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. I rolled a 20.
Don't believe you, roll it again. No, it's fine. Well, I mean, you know.
I'm a midwife. I'm not fudging my rolls.
Oh, wow. So, I mean, you know, you get paid well as a midwife.
If they leave you, do you?
I imagine. You know, I would imagine that people are definitely happy to make sure that goes well.
Yeah, I think it's what it is supply and demand, and when you go into labour, generally speaking, your negotiating position is pretty poor against the midwife. Maybe I'm.
Yeah, I imagine so. I imagine there's. Are you going to be a midwife that just goes around fleecing people in labour?
Well, maybe my musician will handle some of the negotiations as I prepare myself and get my medieval fantasy scrubs on. Who knows? We'll see what comes up in the story, I guess.
Well, yeah. Right.
I have to give myself a name.
These are. Yeah, a name. Do we have a naming table, or are we allowed to venture on under our own steam to get that?
We do.
I'm happy if you want to. You can have a think about it if you don't want to.
No, I'm good. I've got Hilda Von Cleef.
Von Cleef. Okay.
Hilda Von Cleef will be our midwife.
Is that Cleef with an F or a PH?
Oh, 2 Fs, actually.
Hilda Von Cleef. So, now, we've got a few other bits and bobs to... so those are your finishing touches. But we also have some more tables that we can roll on, which are going to tell us a little bit more. Oh, I do apologise. We have forgotten the best rule.
Go on.
That is the thumb rule.
Oh, yeah. Do tell.
So the thumb rule, as any fan of fighting fantasy and choose your own adventures books will know, the best part is that you used to sort of jam your thumb or use your five-fingered bookmark, and sort of you'd be able to kind of, if the next page wasn't quite the way that you'd hoped it didn't quite turn out quite the way you'd hoped, then you could leaf back through. So as a result, Pitcrawler has come with the thumb rule, which basically means that at any point you get, I think, up to 3 times you can do this. And you can basically declare that you're setting down your thumb, and you can then venture forth and return back to your thumb point, as long as you haven't exceeded 10 in real life minutes or haven't accepted a roll since you laid down your thumb. So you can't accept a roll and then go back. But the caveat is that you do actually have to do something completely different. You have to take a different action to the one that got you into that sticky situation in the first place.
It sort of combats against maybe any naughtiness. You've got to approach things differently. Okay, climbing through the window maybe didn't work. Maybe this time I'll try and pick the lock.
Absolutely.
Like that type of thing. Okay, cool.
Nice. So you can lay down your thumb at any point. I will say, just because I'm mean, that you get 3, but they don't refresh. So you get 3 throughout the entire adventure.
Okay, that's fun. Of course, the challenge is remembering to use that. But I will do my best.
Well, we work so hard on not metagaming, and then when you get a metagame thing that you can that you're actively encouraged to use, it seems somehow wrong.
I think if you approach it from a storytelling perspective, what would be the best story? Go through the window. Was that an interesting story? Let's pick the lock or boot the door open, for example.
Absolutely.
Okay. So what else is there to know?
So we also have to, as I read and talk at the same time. We also have to name our adventure. So we've got to name the adventure.
So this is going to
somewhere.
Be an adventure that you're creating?
Yes. So there is some really cool adventures in the back of the book. Some really cool starting adventures, and there are some expanded adventures as well, that zines that Tom will tell you about while I look for where the stuff is that I'm going to be doing.
So if you go on the McGuffin Co website, or if you just Google Pitcrawler, it'll come up, and you can get it digitally or you can get it physically, and you can get the zines also digitally or physically. So digitally, Pitcrawler is £15 in my currency. I think physically it's about 30 or 35, and then the zines are £2 each digitally, and I think they're about £4 if you'd like a physical copy of them. And they are each, there's 4 in total so far, and they each basically are an adventure structure with sort of adversaries and things that are happening that you can pick up and run. And the idea is that it's very sort of low prep. So other than reading the rules, and both of us play and run games, so we can both read the rules and work collaboratively on the rules, but one is very much a GM and one is very much a player, and you sort of go through the world together and fill in the details, which is not to say that there aren't any details in there, because there's structure in there in terms of a story. So if you're not too good off the cuff, and you can use 1 or 2 of those, and they're designed for different levels, because there's sort of a leveling system. Almost, it's more of an experience system between 1 and 10, depending on how many adventures you do, and because it's quite deadly a system anyway. If you get to level 10, then you're sort of retiring, and it gets like really big, becomes a very, very big deal, because not many adventurers will get that far. So these zines are sort of set across the different levels. So even if you wanted to just sort of block somebody and pop them into one of the higher levels, all you need to do is just adjust the characters slightly and level them up, and go through the leveling process 3, 4, 5 times until you reach the bracket, and then have a go and see how you get on.
It's also worth noting, just from an artistic point of view again, and again, it hit me right in the nostalgias, because all the adventures, their front covers are designed like the Haynes manual, which again is cool. I don't know how international the love of the Haynes manual is.
No, I think it translates, or at least in the US, and that it's sort of like an old school D&D module front cover, in that it's sort of bordered with the colour and then the imagery in the middle. I think that I've seen that all over the place.
Yeah. So Tom, I've found the bit. So we're going to come up with our adventure title, which then will help me determine what's going to happen in the future. And then we'll come back for the adventure later on. So I would like you please to roll me a d6. 2. So we have the noun of the adjective noun. So I would like you, so we've got lots of different tables. It's all on tables down here, and if someone's going to give me a table, I'm going to good and damn well roll on it. I'd like you to roll me a D100, please, Tom.
You got it. 30.
30. That is going to give us the I. So we have I of the... let's find the adjective table. I'd like another D100, please.
68.
68. Scarlet. Eye of the Scarlet. And another D100, please.
29.
the Eye of the Scarlet Enchanter.
Ooh,
My goodness me.
That sounds dangerous.
That does sound dangerous. I bet I can make it ridiculous, though.
I'm sure you can. I bet I can find a way to die in your ridiculousness. Okay, nice. The Eye of the Scarlet Enchanter. I like it. It sounds like a sort of trashy 80s Conan.
They all sound pretty awesome, to be honest.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Can we, just for the shizzles and the gizzles, I am going to roll another one just so we can give another example of it. So we're going to be running the Eye of the Scarlet Enchanter,
at least
first, but just for the fun of it, I think it's worth sort of showing you how well these tables actually work out.
Yes.
And how they go. So we've got a number 6. Are you on the same tables,
what page
Tom?
are you on?
It is 164.
Appendix H. So we have adverb, the noun. Okay, cool. Title
So,
adverb.
do you want to do the dramatic reveal for me?
Yeah, go on. What's your D20?
Is it D20?
For title adverb, it's
D20 for an adverb.
Yeah.
Oh, a 1.
Before the, and then I need 2 nouns for these, so 2 D100s.
I'm going to make the most out of the weird dice set that I've got.
Do it.
44.
Before the hermit, yeah.
Okay. And 97.
Before the hermit watcher. Now that seems a lot spookier and a bit more of an investigatory.
Yeah. That could that seems like you've got a weird.
Is that a prequel story about how the Hermit Watcher came to be? What happened before? What was there before?
I think that might be I think that might be the story about how Hilda got her bindle.
Perhaps. What?
She wrestled a hermit for it.
Is the hermit watching, to keep the peace, or is it guarding something?
Who knows?
You could do all sorts of that.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I could potentially. So this is really my cup of tea. I could really sort of just have a good sort of couple of hours of playtime and fun, just making the sort of making titles and sort of making the stories that go with them. I think that there is just something inherently endearing about this that is really singing to, like, I could see like 11-year-old David just sitting in his bedroom rolling titles of adventures and just and just going through them. Yeah. I think this is really singing to the sort of inner child.
And I think in state as well.
Yeah, I think it would definitely. I could definitely sort of point to a couple of other people in our sort of circle of gamers as well that would just really get a hoot out of doing this.
I think so. Yeah, and I can already think.
And especially the one-on-one situation. But yeah. So it's also worth noting that we do have, just to go through some of the other things, we do have some of the some examples of wizards and cool people that you might find. Nemat the Dancer, Avanius the Bird Master, which they all sound very
very cinch, whatever Warhammer god that is. Bird people, although of course bird people are from other places than just Warhammer.
Well, yeah. There's Bomb Battle the War Wizard. I don't know why I'm getting very Adventure Time. Do you know the wizards in Adventure Time?
I've never done Adventure Time.
Have you?
Well,
I think we're going to have to end this this session 0 pretty quickly, so I can force you to go and watch Adventure Time.
Okay, cool.
There's got to be an Adventure Time roleplay game. Also, if you go all the way down to towards the bottom, we also have some more. There are a lot of cool tables. Now, I do love a good table. So if you're ever stuck for an idea,
what page
you can go down to Appendix K, to the Chaos Compendium, and we have things like adventure quirks. So we've got the adventure quirks, which are so you roll a d6 and a d10 to get a cool adventure quirk. So you have, adventurer quirks. I do apologise. That's my dyslexia kicking in. So adventurer quirks. So shall we do some of these adventurer quirks for your character, Tom?
Yeah,
actually,
let's do it for my
if there's a table, we've got to roll on it.
Cleef. She has a name.
Yes, Hilda. Sorry, Hilda. I do apologise.
Yes. Okay, so how do I do this?
I would like you to roll a d6 and a d10 for me.
Right, I've got a 6 on the d6 and a 4 on the d10.
So 46. You have a massive, very visible scar. How did you get it? In your fight over your bindle.
That's maybe why my
with the watching hermit.
That's maybe why my face is a d4.
Ah, maybe. So so this is basically just a wonderful way of giving your. So if you're struggling for sort of aspects of your character and things like that, this is what this is pretty good for. So you've got an interesting scar. We have a table of things. A random table of things. Why don't we roll on the random table of things, Tom, and we can see if what thing you have. D100 for me, please.
40, is that a 1? 41.
41. You have a flower.
Oh. That's very beautiful.
But then we also get things like concepts. Just for the fun of it, why don't we roll on the concept table? D100 on the concept table for me, Tom.
48.
48. You're liking your 40s.
Oh.
Love. Concept of love. So the Eye of the Scarlet Enchanter is going to be a love story.
Oh no. God, it's getting worse.
Are you going to be... Are you? How secure are you in your masculinity, Tom? Are you going to be able to do a love story with me?
Sure, whatever, man. It's only being, it's not me anyway. It's Hilda. So.
Whatever.
Whatever, man. My character died.
Okay, let's stop rolling on every single table now. Just on the basis that we're running a little over. But there's other things. So, like, what does your NPC want? What's in the vault is another good one. What's in the box? What's going on in town? Those are some interesting ones. I might have a couple of private rolls on these things just before just so I can sort of use it as a setup for the what's it. And in fact, screw 11-year-old David. I think nearly 40-year-old David is probably going to have a good crack at making some fun games with this.
Awesome, yeah.
But yeah, so I hope that was clear. If it's not clear, hopefully it will become clear during our adventure. which, to be fair, I'm far more comfortable as a GM than I am as an instructor. So hopefully we can... hopefully it will become a little clearer during our gameplay. Yeah. But there we go. So we have Hilda Von Cleef, a midwife.
Cleef. Hilda Von Cleef.
Sorry. Hilda Von Cleef. Does it have an umlaut over the U? Or is it an O?
If it needs to, it does.
So yeah, Hilda Von Cleef, our midwife with their musician companion, and they will be encountering the world as presented in The Eye of the Scarlet Enchanter. So there we go. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and those yet to make up their mind. We'll see you. See you at the table. Bye.
Sweet.
I got all the way to the end, and then that yet to make up their mind thing went boop.
That's fine.
I fucked that up.
No, you good. Go again if you want. Just saying, right, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to, but I'm happy with that being in there.
Yeah, can we add that? We can.
What I'll do is I'll fade to an end screen so you won't see us. So just record the audio of that end.
Yeah, I will do.
Go for it now.
So until then, everybody, we'll see you at the game table. Between that and that, we'll get it. Yeah, we'll go to an end screen. It's just the like those yet to make up their mind and is like a thing from a thing, but then I realise that it's a thing from a thing a while ago. That that might not be appropriate to say now.
Yeah. Well, don't distract me.
Just
I mean,
the whole.
You said they pay well, do they? When they give him birth, I went the ones that live do. So. You know, a couple of things sit down. Luckily, I think the viewing numbers will allow us the courtesy of not
the opportunity to be a bit random.
Yeah.
Right. So, how are we feeling about Hilda Von Cleef?
Good. I think Hilda Von Cleef's going to be a hoot.
Is Hilda Von Cleef going to have a German accent?
Yeah. Natürlich. I didn't study German in high school for no reason.
I know who obviously being the person that's going to portray your musician counterpart.
Yeah.